Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. So the Grandmaster Gauntlet is live, and in this video I'm going to showcase the first path run of my most recent run in the Grandmaster Gauntlet. The team that I brought is built around Hercules as the main attacker because Hercules is easily the best option for this gauntlet run. He's just extremely powerful and he's just able to do lots of damage with very minimal ramp up, and once he's fully ramped up he's just able to do so much damage. It's just bonkers. And apart from that, his immortality just pays huge dividends throughout the run, because even if you are taking damage and you are at zero health, you can just be super aggressive and deal a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. So yeah, Hercules is definitely the best option for this Grandmaster Gauntlet, and if you have him as a 6-star, then you should definitely use him. Apart from Hercules, I have brought Tigra and Kitty. Tigra is only for the Kitty synergy, and Kitty I thought her to be more useful, but Hercules was just too powerful and dominant throughout most of the fights that I didn't get to use Kitty that much. And even in the fights that I thought that Kitty would excel, she didn't do that good. Maybe I'm not that great of a Kitty user because I've only recently obtained her, but yeah, that's what Kitty was for. And lastly, I had Archangel as an attacking option because he's just very powerful with his neurotoxins and ability accuracy reduction, and he can deal with some very problematic fights very easily. And the last champion on my team is White Magneto, and he's mainly in the team for his pre-fight abilities. His pre-fights can be very helpful in some very tricky fights, which we will discuss in the later part of the video. So as you can see, I was just talking and Doom is almost down with this Hercules. I'm not worried about using revives early on because it's just going to help in the ramp up of Hercules. So Doom is almost dead. This Doom has the glancing node, but Hercules is a large champ, so his special attacks, his intercepts and heavy attacks don't glance. And as you can see, I was almost dead, but the immortality came to the rescue. And the good part about Hercules is that you don't need to fully heal up Hercules. You can just pop on the farmed up 20% revive and he's just good to go. So next up is this Terex, and he's going to be very easy option for Hercules because this Terex has increased combat power rate, and we can just be aggressive and he will never be able to trigger any special attack or get out of his rock stack phase. So yeah, this is going to be a very easy fight for Hercules. I could have used Kitty or Tigra because both of them are able to deal with this Terex very well, but Hercules is just much faster and I need his ramp up anyways. So yeah, let's talk about the rest of the parts, because the rest of the parts I was not able to record because they were going to take a bit of time and revives as well. So on the second part, the first fight is Weapon X, and I mainly used Archangel for him and he was quite easy. The next fight is going to be against Thing in the second part, and Thing is going to be a longer fight, but you have to play around the Oscillate AI and he's going to go down ultimately. And the next fight is probably the hardest fight in the Gauntlet, which is against Korg. He has very annoying nodes and abilities, but that the main reason I brought White Mags is to use his pre-fight on that Korg so that I can at least land the parry stun whenever I want. And the next fight is going to be Dragon Man, and I brought Kitty mainly for this Dragon Man because I thought that I would be able to cheese this Dragon Man as he has a lot of power gain, but it didn't pan out as I wanted, and ultimately I ended up using Hercules because he was doing more damage per revive. And the last fight on this path 2 is going to be Black Panther Civil War, and he's very easy. You just need to wait around the Footloose node whenever he activates his special attack. And the first fight on the third path is Nightcrawler. He's just very easy. You just have to switch his mode and you can just safely play around the later part of the fight. The second fight on the path 3 is Spider Gwen. She's just a bit annoying because she will evade quite a lot, so you need to just keep hitting in her block with Hercules and she will ultimately go down. The next fight is going to be Domino on path 3, and she's also quite annoying because of her great failure damage, but it's not the hardest fight because there is power shield, so we can do a lot of damage on our special attacks. So I used Hercules against Domino. It took a few revives, but it was quite easy. The next fight on path 3 is Mojo, and I used Archangel against Mojo and it was pretty easy. I think I almost soloed him with Archangel. And the last fight on path 3 is Immortal Abomination, and he was actually a bit costly fight because he has a lot of health and he also has quite a bit physical resistance, so it took a few revives. But Hercules' immortality again proved very helpful and he ultimately went down without much fuss. So that's it about path 3. And the first fight on the path 4 is Apocalypse, and he was quite annoying because he has a node which reduces our duration, which reduces the duration of our buffs. So Hercules' immortality wasn't lasting long enough. Plus he also had 4 of his genetic potential, which instantly put on the debuffs whenever he launched his special attacks. So yeah, he cost more revives than I thought he would, but I used Hercules against him. And the next fight on this path is quite a scary one with Sasquatch because he has a lot of health and he also has the life cycle node along with the disorients on parries. But that's where Archangel became very handy, and I pretty much soloed this Sasquatch with Archangel. The ability accuracy reduction and the neurotoxin damage is extremely massive to deal with the Sasquatch. And the next fight on this path is Killmonger. So this Killmonger puts on bleed debuffs whenever he strikes into our block, so I couldn't really use Hercules against him because he also has longer special animations and he also gains those indestructible charges and he has reverberation as well. So that's the fight. I used Kitty throughout and she did pretty well because she's just able to ignore the reverberation damage whenever she's phased, so that was pretty safe fight with Kitty. The next fight on this path is Void, and he was quite an annoying champ to deal with because of the damage he does whenever we have debuffs placed on us. And as you can see, we are running the recoil tree, so he instantly took us to the immortality with Hercules. And apart from that, he also has long distance relationship which places weakness debuffs and those also do damage. So the main goal in this fight was to just rush to our special attacks and try to do do as much damage whilst the immortality lasts. So this fight cost me a couple of revives because it's just a race against time. So the last fight on this last path is Nick Fury, and he was pretty easy fight. I used Kitty and Archangel against him, and they did pretty well. And lastly, there is Thanos, and he's probably the easiest fight on the whole path, on the whole quest. So yeah, that was the rundown of my entire Gauntlet run. Currently, I'm fighting this annoying Spider-Ham, and he's just very annoying to deal with because he evades quite a lot. He has extremely high combat power rate. So yeah, he's just keep on cornering me. I also placed the white mags pre-fight in this fight, otherwise you are not able to stun him, and he's just he becomes very annoying to deal with. But still, he's probably the hardest fight on path 1. I wanted to see how Kitty does against him, but she's not the best option, as you can clearly see. Hercules is again the best option against this Spider-Ham as well. So yeah, that's it from my side on this video, and I'll see you guys soon in the next one.